Ultrakill is one of the most finely crafted first-person shooters I have ever played. It's a game that wears its influences on its sleeves but revels in its own originality. You play as a robot descending into the depths of hell to find more blood to use as fuel, and really, that's all you need to know about the story. Ultrakill is rife with unique weapons and level design that really allow you to play however you want. I did my first playthrough with a friend and we had almost completely different experiences. He was incredibly attached to the laser magnum and used it throughout the entire game, whereas I used the vastly superior shotgun for almost every encounter. There's just something about getting right up next to enemies in this game and blasting them to Kingdom Come that is so addicting. And the game even encourages this playstyle. Blood is fuel, so the closer to enemies you are, the more health you get. This really incentivizes aggressive, fast-paced combat as opposed to shooting from cover. In fact, standing still for more than a few seconds is one of the easiest ways to get killed. And to solve that issue, Ultrakill has a plethora of movement options. There's dashing, wall jumps, infinite sliding, rocket jumping, everything you need to stay out of the line of fire or to close the distance. So as I blasted through the levels with my trusty shotgun, which is objectively the best weapon in the game, I came to the final boss where I was really faced with a challenge unlike the others I had encountered. He forced me to change and adapt my playstyle in order to beat him, and at first I was annoyed at this. I wanted to play the way I had been the whole playthrough. But then as I fought him, it dawned on me that this is how the game was meant to be played. Ultrakill is a game meant to be played with the player using every tool at their disposal. Take the enemies you encounter. There's the basic enemies that are weak but will swarm you in a crowd, so are shotgun fodder. Ranged enemies that can take a shotgun blast but will have very predictable parry timing. And for the melee fighters who have a weak spot on their back but will deflect bullets and bombs from the front, the railgun or the coin gun are your best option. And once you start to figure out the best way to take down these foes, your playstyle starts to take on a certain dance, where you are constantly adapting to what enemies are around you. This same exact principle applies to every boss in the game. Your first playthrough, these guys are incredibly tough. They can kill you in a couple shots and have a ton of health. However, just by brute force alone, they can all be bested. But if you put a little more time into experimenting with the bosses, you'll quickly discover unique ways to beat them faster than ever before. And the reason everything I've mentioned above works so well is because of the excellent level design. Most of the levels feature long, interconnected hallways that allow you to slide while moving for added mobility, broken up with rooms that provide unique challenges. Some have glass floors or ceilings that can be broken with the shotgun or magnum to drop enemies or open new paths. Some have giant pistons that can instantly kill you or any enemies underneath them. Sometimes you need to kill all foes in a room to progress, and sometimes you can go as fast as you want. Sometimes levels intentionally allow you to skip sections if you want. One even gives you the option to choose what kind of stage you want to play. Additionally, every level has a unique challenge to complete. And Suddenly just left me thinking, wait, you can do that? Now take all of these individual factors and combine them together, and you have a game where everything comes together beautifully, and dull moments are almost non-existent. The more you play a stage, the better it becomes as you begin to put all the pieces together for the most optimized run. If I had to state one problem, it's that the game is still in early access. I know for some that's an immediate turn-off, but even with the game only being a third of the way complete, I'd say it's still worth the price of admission. I'm extremely excited to see the future of Ultrakill, and if what we have now is indicative of the finished product, I think this game will turn out to be a masterpiece.